Oh boy, here we go. Round number 2 in the season of the open bar, and I've already heard it from many of you already chatting here. What the fuck is with these new reorganized divisions? Right, let's get started and take a look at the damage, shall we? Alright, let's just keep it simple here. Scorch division. Let's go and start with this one right here. Yeah, there's some lovely ones right there. Okay. So far, already 7 of 8 have already dived in. They are eager. Alright, well, let's take a look at who hasn't accepted yet, because he's already terrified of being in this division. You got it. It's the Norse. They're here. 1380 TV, 2K in there. Let's take a look there at the actual club. As you can see, level 1 hasn't actually done anything. And, of course, the statistics, well, that sums up his season already so far. A win, 2 draws, 4 losses. It's been a tough one there for the Norse. Okay, now let's take a look at the firm itself here. 12 players, 3 rerolls, Apothecary, only the 3 fan factor. Again, you can tell how bad the season's been. Fan factor's already still in the toilet here. Has the Yeti, which we all know is bloody useless, and you can see he's already put the first upgrade on the Yeti. So, fine. You know, there's a no-brainer in this one here. Then, meanwhile there, he's got the Star Runner, and there's nothing wrong with this. In fact, this might be the person who has to carry the entire team there. Blood, Strength, Fall. So, high expectations. This lad has to carry the team through the second round. And then let's go look at the rest of these cunts here. Well, Fend on the lineman, it's not wrong. It actually is, for the Norsemen, a very good selection of skill because you already start with block. So Fend is a good default skill because he's already got the designated kicker. He doesn't need a second one. However, moving along later on, do you want to keep buying Fend or you want to buy a surgical dirty player? That would be my insight to him there. The AG4, well, there's the quarterback. Now, let's be honest, that's quarterback. AG4, he's got one purpose only. He's the running back, he's the quarterback, and meanwhile, as you can see here, you're noticing the problem here. Yep, the Ufurfers have no skills. So they've had a rough season, or they've died. It's pretty obvious here. The Berserkers, same problem. They've also died or had to have been replaced. So they've got no skills either. So this light, is it good? No, not really. But, you know, if this is second round here, lads, they might actually be able to do a miracle. Alright. Now let's take a look here. And who is accepted and who is ready. Alright. Yep. Luggage Team 1. Yes, I have to stress that. Team, yep. This is it. They're not a little key there. They are the Delta Airlines of this league here. 1320 TV value, 140k here. Nothing there for the club yet there, but let's take a look at our statistics. They're decent. 3 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses, so he was right there in the middle of the pack, so he's fine. He's happy with that. And let's take a look at the firm. Well, there's development. And again, you know, it's decent development. Guard on the Cruxor. He's got 3 out of 6 Sauruses have got block at this point. So you're on course. You're doing fine. No, there's nothing wrong with this there. And as for the Skink crew, well, we can see who's the ball hog of the lot. Yep, we do indeed see it. He's making them 1-turn touchdown scorers, sidestep miracles. He's going the other way with extra sprint on the other one. And this is fine. This is completely fine. There's nothing really flawed with it. 120, yeah, basically he's got the 3 rerolls there, of course. Apothecary, decent fan factor. He's fine. There's nothing wrong with this team here. Expect him to be one of the main competitions in this division. And then, of course, these wankers. What the fuck are they doing here? Well, here they are. They don't sparkle. 1360, 100k. And, well, as we tell, they suck, literally, very literally there, as they dealt no choice there. Their record's weird. Even I would admit this is a weird record. They started off 3 losses. They lost their first 3 games terribly. They did turn it around, though. They went 1 win, 3 draws. They really tried hard to bring it right back here. And let's take a look at the team, because this is why the team started finally turning around. Lo and behold, the Vampires have finally started doing something. They've got skills. Well, except for this new arsehole. He, of course, got clobbered in his first game, so fucking useless. This is the scary one. Everyone who's watched the broadcast of this one, he's the scary one. He has done so much damage blocking than he has fouling. And yet, fouling, once he got dirty player, with the exception of his last game, he's been a phenomenal danger on the field. He's the reason why the Vampires turned it around. It ain't them. It's this arsehole. And of course, your hands, they have it designated. You're noticing this, though. You really are noticing this. Well, for vampires, that might not be wrong here. Not only we talk about bloat, but when it comes to vampires, you know, having a deep bench actually isn't a bad thing. Having the spare 5 thralls, unfortunately, gives them staying power. It gives them a bizarre level of staying power here. 3 rerolls, Apothecary, 5 fan factor. Maybe this is the round for them. I don't know. We will indeed honestly see here. Alright, now let's go look at the Bretonians here. The Bret's Heart here. 1310 TV here. The club, it's getting there. At the Calgary Stampede. Yeah. Oh, God. But look at the record there. 4 wins, a draw, but also 2 losses there. So was it perfect for this firm? But again, they're comfortable. They're right where they need to be. Let's actually take a look at the team. And you can see, this is where the development is absolutely fucking fabulous here. As you can see here, the Nobles are just kicking ass and taking names here, but he does have the Niggler. So he has a weak spot, and he knows it, but he's Blodge. So in Blodge, he does trust. He's got the 2 Mighty Blow pieces there, more Blodge, a leader. So technically, he's got 3 rerolls, of course, and of course, the key tackle. As for the blockers, 1 got a skill, 1. That's kind of awkward. By this point, you would expect the other blockers. However, from his viewpoint, they're doing the job. And that's fine. As for the peasants, don't care. No, seriously. Don't care. 1's got a niggle, so again, don't care. The peasants are doing exactly what the peasants do. Nothing. Meanwhile, 2 rerolls, you might think that's low, but again, reminder, he does have a leader here, so this is why he's trying to keep his TV down here. Apothecary and 5 fan factor. Yeah, comfortable team. Alright, we'll see how they actually do. Alright, now. Nuffles Hit Squad, the Chaos Chosen. What went wrong with this firm? Well, we're going to discuss that there. 1330 TV, 70k here. The club, he's got nothing enhanced here at the kill box. And look at that record. He started off dominating. He's the flip side of the vampires. He started off really hot and then went extremely cold. So, 4 losses. He's bottom of the barrel here. But are they in the right division? Well, we're going to find out. Let's take a look at this firm here. Well, he's got the useless Minotaur, and he will stress he is fucking useless. And he's continuing to be fucking useless, as you can see here. Meanwhile, the Chaos Warriors here, well, 2 a block. Alright, the other 2 don't. It's indicated by what's going on. He's got the 4 losses here. They're not doing their job. Not from lack of trying, but they're not doing the job, and this is why they're so low down. But then let's look at the basement here. He's got 2 a block. That's good. And he's got the ball handler. Extra arms. Good choice there. 3 rerolls. Apothecary. 3 fan factor. It's hard to put a finger on it there. Like I said, he started off hot, and then he's been total collapse for the end of the first round. So second round, the team's got to figure a way to pull it back together there. That's all down to the coach. Alright, now the Ministry of Silly Runs. Indeed, the High Elves. The pleasant surprise of this season. Now, I'm being honest, they've been a pleasant surprise here. 1150 TV, 20k. Let's take a look here at the club. As you can see, yep, squig sandwich. So yeah, no getting the ref, no throwing a rock, and they're fine with that. They keep Sid well and truly fed. There's nothing wrong with that. And take a look at statistics. Right down the middle, 500. Like I said, they are honestly a pleasant surprise. This may be the good division for them to be in here. Let's take a look here. Well, this is why the TV's so low. He's taking a bit of a beating finally. Yeah, he's finally started taking a beating. But let's take a look here. He's got the thrower. He's decent, of course. He's now got the blodge on the blitzer. The other... Here's the problem. Even he admits that. The other blitzer doesn't have a skill. Should by this point, doesn't. Well, he'll work on it. Then you can see here the talent of the team. Blodge for a catcher. Excellent. Absolutely. High elf catchers. Absolutely phenomenal. Here's his problem, and even he admits it. Absolutely fantastic catcher, but as you notice, yep, busted ass armor. He's now AV6. So, he's got a big cross here. He's got all this talent, but he's not going to be in the front line for very long. One good solid hit, his bell is wrong. Then, of course, let's take a look at the lineman. The lineman, he's actually got exceptional. They really are a good set of linemen here. And maybe that's part of the problem, but maybe that's part of the success. Column A, column B. They do everything. He's got a very universal team. And then look at this arsehole. Yep, Dodge AG5. Yep, yeah, you start to see why his team did surprisingly well. It's a very universal, and he counts in the AV8 mostly for High Elves to keep surviving. Except for this little problem, but maybe he's in the right division. I'm very curious how he's going to do. I'm honestly very curious how he's going to do. Alright, here we go. Yep. The Alaska Airlines of the league. Yep, here we are. A different set of luggage here. The great BBPN conspiracy there. 820 TV. And already you start to see what the problem's here. Well, of course, they got enough Alta to start with. Makes perfect sense considering the basis of the team. And look at the record. A win, 3 draws, 3 losses. They're in the same boat as the Vampires. So their rights coming in at the bottom here. And they're hoping they can make something work. Let's take a look here. Well, already boss-ass movement there on the Crooks. So much for that idea. He's got piling on. I hate to say it, that is the right skill considering how this team works. Or doesn't. It's all a matter of perspective and what dice decide to show up there. And then, of course, the skinks. And you're noticing his big problems. Yep, he keeps running out of skinks. They keep thinning out. They keep dying on him. So, time and time again, he's having to keep replacing just to have a cadre of skinks. It's slowly but surely they do die. However, it's a good design. He does have the AG4. So, he can do quite a bit of miracles. He's got the strip ball cage diver. who now and then gets a miracle off that sidestep. But the rest of them, well, again, I refer you to the problem is they keep dying. He used to have more than this. And how's that worked out? Unfortunately, it's been a brutal path for this firm. And I don't think this division's going to be any easier. And finally here, yep, good time, hammer time, and the bad-tempered bunnies, who started off hot. May look hot, but how do they actually perform on the field, let alone in bed? Well, that's going to be the key to find out in the second round. And lots of money, $12.90 TV. Studying the club here, as you can see, the Playboy Mansion hasn't been built yet. And there we go, 5 wins. But this is the awkward part. Yep, he was dominating right till the end, and then the great collapse has started. Is this starting early, or is this about on time? Well, we're going to find out in the second round. Let's take a look at the team here. Because they're quite an impressive firm, aren't they here? Let's take a look here. Not 1, but 2. Strength 4 ladies. This can do wonders for you here. Now, really, Strength 4, Amazons, absolutely fantastic. 1 on the Blitzer, 1 on the Line Woman. It gives him a lot of crazy flexibility. So he's bought the guard to go along, but with Monty Blow. It seems a misfire. If you were going one direction, why would you keep going that direction? Then we just suddenly change that. It just seems like you're changing direction. But maybe that's because, well, what's happened basically with the firm there. And of course, the movement increases. Absolutely fantastic on the blitzers. Absolutely bloody marvelous. Wrestle. And I can see why, because the initial strategy probably would have been with the extra ladies is to foul. But that's the problem. You're starting to run out of ladies at this point here, as you've kind of noticed. And realize you notice a problem. Yes, indeed, you notice a problem. There's no thrower. There's no catches. No, there isn't. And normally I would say that shouldn't be an issue. But now at this point in the season, it is an issue. You need somewhat specialist players. Otherwise, well, you're a glorified rugged team. But the problem is other teams can do it better. Now, the stat upgrades, don't get me wrong, they do help. But maybe that explains the 2 losses. You've set a pattern, but now you haven't changed course. Yes, it's basically sticking to the plan. Is that working for you? 2 losses would argue otherwise suddenly. Or would we argue those are flukes? Well, second round's going to decide that, aren't it? 3 rerolls, Apothecary, 4 fan factor. And that sums up the Scotch division. It really indeed does. It's an awkward division. I said it before, I'll say it again, it's very awkward. Alright, who's next on my roster here? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, now the Bourbon division, otherwise known as the Piss division. Because let's face it here, a lot of you lot are going to be taking the piss in this division. Trust me, it'll make sense once I start reviewing you. Okay, let's start it off here with the one still waiting to actually take the ticket and run. Yes, here they are, the human firm. Yes, there is a plain, ordinary... There's nothing ordinary about this bunch, alright? I'm going to stress this. There's nothing out of the... Well, let it explain itself here. 15-20 here, TV, 100k in here. The club, they've got nothing, but look at these statistics there. Yep, 6 wins, and where'd that come from? Bad. Bad, I say. Bad. That was terrible of you. Alright, let's review the team there. Ogre's your basic ogre. He's got his first skill, guard, because he doesn't roll a double. Fine, that just makes sense there. The Blitzer crew, of course, doing the business here. They've all stepped up. One's the tackle, two are guards, and one, of course, got the strength increase. Because statistically, it's either going to be an AG, a movement, or one of them usually does here. So, a consistent pattern here. The linemen don't care. I really don't. Neither does this coach. Now the talent. I'm saying this dead serious. And now the talent. Look at the mess this Johnny-come-lately has done here. Yep. AG increase. Blodge. Sidestep. Fun fact, he leveled twice in his first game. No, I'm not joking. Twice. He even topped it off with an interception to end the game. It was bizarre as all believe. I should know. My vampires were witness. Were they ever? Meanwhile, Blodge and God, nice choice considering he is a support complement this one here and does move the rest of that. And look at this. Yeah, that's a phenomenal piece. Now, don't get me wrong here. A movement increase on a throw in a human form is huge. It really is. 2? He's moving 8 chops. There's nowhere he can't get in and get into strike range. And he gets his next skill, he probably, if it's an ordinary skill, he just takes accurate. Or maybe he takes block. Maybe. It all depends how he plays. But you can see here, he's not afraid of the air game, and he definitely delivers. 5 fan factor, apothecary, 3 team rolls. You're looking at the big challenger there. But like I said, this is the taking the piss division. Why? Well, let's take a look. Who else is in here? Yep, you got it. You know, hosted by the most handsome man in the Cape in the league. It is Luke Quad 4's fan club. Pro Elves. So I guess he's trying to let him know something here. Yes, feel the love. 1420, 150k. Just taking a look at the club here. They haven't got anything here. However, are you sure this is a good tribute band there, lad? 2, 2, and 3. That seems wrong. That seems very wrong. Like I said, this is why we're calling it the taking the piss division. Alright, let's take a look at the firm here. The Blitzers. Nothing wrong though there. One's the surgical strike with a blodge. The other one's got the tackle. This is fine. Catches? Really? Movement 9. Both of them. Fuck you too. Alright. Blodge on one of them just for insult to injury here. Would someone kill these bastards? Not from lack of trying, apparently. Meanwhile, take a look at the rest of the firm. Well, he's got leader on a thrower. Okay. It gets him another reroll, so he's comfortable sitting on 4 rerolls technically on the field there. He's got the kicker. That is a good choice there, especially with Pro Elves. It's absolutely essential. And then the rest of them, well, you can see Nigglers and busted ass knees. 4 fan factor, apothecary. Do better, alright? That's all I'll say to you. You've got to do fucking better. I have expectations. So does your, person you're supposed to be gleeing over. Meanwhile, yep, the Golden Girls. Alright, well, they're orcs, and that sums it up, doesn't it there? 1070, 30k. How's the club doing? The clubhouse? It's just a stadium. Well, it's an orc team. And behold, well, he has started turning it around. Yep, he does have 2 wins, but yeah, 5 losses. Look, there's no middle for this team. They lose or they actually do well. It's been bizarre. What a weird season it has for them. Let's go and take a look at the firm. And yeah, are you seeing the problem? Don't worry, that coach has been seeing a problem for a long time now. I understand there's an ointment for it. But meanwhile, as you can see here, the Blitzers, well, he's got a tackle. Yay. Meanwhile, he's got 1 Black Orc that's doing all the work. All of it. Even washing the drapes afterwards. They're cleaning the uniforms and having to hammer out the cod pieces. This is why he's got Monty Blow. And of course, he's got a gob. Yay! Who's actually done something, believe it or not. But meanwhile, 2 rerolls. People are cheering for him. 2 fan factor. Like I said, it really is taking the piss division. It really is. Alright, now let's take a look at the rest of them there. Here's the other one. Yep, the other orc firm showed up in this one there. Yep, the IT factory. It factory, whatever. I rather was a hit factory, but that's a hell other story. 1220, it's 140 there. What's the clubhouse looking like? Yay, doing nothing. Meanwhile over there, right down the middle again, 2, 3, and 2. So again, absolute 500. All right, let's take a look at the firm and see why. There's why. And yeah, it shows itself very well there. He's got blitzes that can hit. My God, can they ever? He's got one with the strip ball, which is not a bad idea. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad idea, but admittedly, you're kind of the wrong firm for it. However, that said, does it work? Well, 2, 3, and 2, you tell me. My answer is it kind of works. Maybe give him this second round. We'll see how well he really performs here. He's got a black all to do, a line up there. Me with a lineman. The thrower's got block. He's got a lineman with block. 4 fan factor, apothecary, 3 team rep. There's nothing wrong with the team. Is there anything right with the team? Well, the coach hopefully will have a better answer for you that as the second round continues. All right. Who the fuck are you? Yes, indeed. Doubles, and you wouldn't think it. You wouldn't. But the Hobgoblin Elite team means business this season. 14-40-10. Let's take a look here at the clubhouse here. They've got the United Stadium, so they're ready to go. When he ever decides on something. Yeah, he's ready all right. And look at that record. 5-1-1. They're not a laughing joke, this firm. The Hobgoblin Elite. You've seen the Hobgoblin team. Now see the Hobgoblin Elite team. Scary little fuckers, aren't they? All right, let's go and take a look here. What has Benny been doing with this bunch? And as you can see there, a beautiful choice for Cartwright. This is a Minotaur that has delivered. Stand firm and Juggernaut. He has key plays and he keeps on delivering. People joked about this player. They're not joking anymore. He's been fucking dynamite. He has been absolutely marvellous. Meanwhile, the Ball Centaurs, well, there's part of the problem. Strength 5 with block. And it's a movement 9 piece. Yeah, that's what I think of it there. Bright tackle on the other one. Yay. Guess what he's going to buy on this one if he levels up? You got it. Bright tackle. Why? AG 5 when he does it. That's obscene. Meanwhile, he's got a kicker. He's got the mandatory dirty player. No problem. Just short hands. He's got a designated quarterback. He'd love to get him another skill. He'd love to. That is the plan. He is slowly working way up. And, of course, he's got a wrestler. And the rest of the crew, he doesn't give a fuck. But look at the fan factor. 10. It has been critical all season. 3 team rerolls the apothecary. Are they the team to beat? Well, the human firm would like to have words with you on that. I guarantee it. Alright, now, meanwhile, yep, here they are. Your ogres. Yep, here they are in this firm. Like I said, taking the piss is the way it's going to be there. 1380 TV, 100k here. Let's take a look at the clubhouse. Well, it's a Category 5 stadium, but he hasn't done anything else with it there, and here's his result. Yorick's having a bad season. I won't lie, he's having a bad season. 3 draws, 4 losses. That's awkward. Yes, he's got draws, but by now you'd expect it to be a win. Hasn't happened this season. It really hasn't. I'm trying to figure out why, and I think we do know why, and let's explain it. He's got now the 5 ogres. All of them have got skills. The ogres aren't the problem. We know it. The ogres in this team clearly aren't the problem. This is the problem. You notice what's missing? More Nobblers. No, I'm serious. By this point of the season here, he should have a nice plethora of Nobblers to fall back at. What has stifled him all season is a lack of reserve. I think he's only had 1 game where he kind of had reserves. The rest of them, he's non-stop replacing the little buggers. 4 rerolls, though. Apothecary, 3 fanfare. He does have the money, though. He's got it. So it's all going to be depending where does he want to do with this. Is he trying to save for another reroll? Is he trying to save for an ogre? Or is he finally good to flesh this out here? Like I said, taking the piss division, we will see what he actually does. Alright, yes, the Amazons. Yay! Yay. Well, at least they're not the abominations the other ones are, yeah. It's amazing what you can do with East German drinking water. Here we go. 1210 TV, 170k. Let's take a look here at the clubhouse. Well, they have a dude there. There's his record. 3 wins, 4 draws. There's nothing wrong with that record there. The draws are getting a bit disappointing from his viewpoint, but notice that's a 0, so that's his viewpoint. Let's see what the firm actually does. Notice the difference here. Yep, extreme difference. Well, he's got the party pillows of this team right there. Well, she needs jump up. No, really, she needs to hurry up and buy jump up. That is absolutely the next skill she needs to buy there. Meanwhile, well, there's a niggler, and there's a problem, because when Amazons get nigglers, bye-bye, they're going to be gone, but you can't fire her. She's got a skill. Meanwhile, the other blitzes, you sense a problem? Yeah, you can see it. They haven't done that well. However, his catcher and throwers doing fine, no worries. And then, of course, yep, there's the lion women, and they're getting there. Maybe the problem his firm's got is just the SPP is too distributed across his team. It's an awkward situation, but 8 fan factor. They're definitely showing up for the calendar signings. Meanwhile, 3 team rerolls. Apothecary. Like I said, taking the piss division. He's in the right branch for that one. And finally here, yep, the Mighty Dunbar and, of course, the Shambling Undead. Come on, there we go. Ooh, yeah, you're kind of noticing how empty that is back there. Yeah, this has been a brutal fucking season for the Shambling Undead firm. And now they're in this division. Not where they wanted to be, but behold, there they are. 1220 TV, yep, they've only got 1220 TV. And let's take a look here at the clubhouse there. Well, he hasn't done anything with it. And meanwhile, yep, it tells the story right there. 2 wins, 1 draw, 4 losses. Why? Again, it's been that kind of season. And you're going to get the explanation why. The Whites. Well, the Whites are starting to do something. Huzzah, huzzah, huzzah. They got the blodge, the mighty blow and the tackle. That's fine. The Mummies. You can tell what happened to him early in the season, and it took him most of the season to finally replace it. He lost a mummy early. It took him to like the 7th game. He finally got it back there. So he's got one with God. It's fine. And then, of course, the brand new one. He's got work ahead of him there. The Ghouls. Now, there's nothing wrong with the Ghouls. The Ghouls are fucking fantastic here. But maybe this is why the team's been up. Because once they lost the power pivot of the mummy, the Ghouls have had to pick up a lot of slack. And are they doing it well? Well, they're getting skill points out of it there. But meanwhile, let's take a look here at what's left of the team. And you notice all the gaps. Yep, it's been that kind of season of attrition. He keeps losing skeletons and zombies. I think the one zombie he's got of all things is a recruit, if I recall right. He got him recruited by a good solid fisting. Otherwise, everything else, they just keep dying. And then staying dead. So, it's been tough for this Shambling Undead. 3 fan factor tells the tale right there. 3 team rerolls and Necromancer. What a tough division. Like I said, this is truly taking the piss division. We do expect every one of these firms are going to put up one hell of a fight. Well, maybe they are going to put up a fight there. I don't know. It depends how good the stuff really is behind me. Anyway, let's go take a look at the last division, shall we? Want some rye? Of course you do. Look that one up, Return to Zork fans. Alright. The last division. You know, I'm going to be drinking rye broadcasting this division. It's absolutely guaranteed. All right, let's go take a look here. First, the invited one. Yes, there it is. The first rebuilt team. You got it. Yep. Panda has reset his firm. Yeah, indeed he did. Indeed he do. There it is. The reset. Why? Worse than the vampires. Yep, he did it. He absolutely did it. He bottomed the team. We knew he was the emperor of everything. Who knew he was emperor of the wooden spoon? But he's done it, so yep, he's reset the firm. All back to beginnings again. It's allowed. We will see how he actually does. Alright, next one here. Hey! It's Pro Elves! God, there's so many fucking elves in this division here. Alright, Astrolabe with 1130. What can these Pro Elves speak to me? Well, he's got the Wizard's School, hasn't done anything with it, and you can see there's the record. Again, it's another firm that started well, and then the collapse happened. I'm serious, he started it really well, and then it just, it's just not there. Alright, let's go and study what's left of the firm. There's a key word for it. What's left of them there? Well, he's got the Blitzer, he's fine. The man who carries the entire weight of the team on his hands. Look, he's got blodge, tackle, fend. He's got everything. Problem is, he's just not that strong. He's an elf. Alright, he's no Legolas. Meanwhile, catcher, speaking of, he's got AG5. Yay, and of course he's got the usual nerves of steel, so it's a good combination there. And of course, you know, we got the strong arm on the thrower, so when this combination works, it works brilliantly. And when it doesn't work, well, you see the losses. That about explains it all. Notice what else is missing. You got it. Casualties have started piling up again. Meanwhile, lineman beat up the catcher, of course. Lineman, another brand new catcher. 3 rolls, 3 fan factor. Oh boy, he's back to the drawing board. But he's in the right division for it because, yep, here we go. Yeah, there we go. Another fucking elf team. What the fuck's with all these damn sword ears? This time, they didn't reset. He's Wood Elves here, 1240 TV, yeah. And what's he got in his pocket? Well, he hasn't built anything here yet, but look at that record. 2-1-4. He's the flip side. Unlike the other Wood Elf team, he found a way to pull it together, and this has been the result. He's finally started turning this one around. The team started working. Let's examine why. This is why. The wall answer with strip ball has been fucking devastating. He really is devastating. And also the tree. His premiere when he showed up. Beatings everywhere. Didn't take root once. Amazing. I need to find where that forest is so I can burn it to the fucking ground. Fuck you, Suzuki. Meanwhile over here, yeah, there we go. We're going back to abominations again there. Yeah, armor increased, but blown movement. Who cares? The fucking elf. I guess the reason why he took armor, well, you're already with a blown MA, you might as well take the armor. There's no point taking the movement. No, I'm serious. There's no point taking movement. He's already got a busted ass. So you might as well stock the armor. Accurate throw, that's fine. As you can see, there's the player everyone fucking hates. Strength 4 AG5. This is what happens when you mix methamphetamines with ketamine. It's an amazing experiment that needs to die. Meanwhile, over here, well, Lyman's he's out for a while too. Another AG5. He has got. We've had this discussion. Well, he's finding a way to make them work, isn't he? Damn. Meanwhile, tree is mentioned. Absolutely fucking fantastic. And meanwhile, the busted ass linemen. Who cares? The linemen, they're elves. They have one job: death. It really is. Don't waste a double. I get it. Makes sense there. And of course, the other wall answer who is trying to keep up with this lad. Well, he's in the right division. I will not lie. He is 100% in the right division. Oh, fuck. What the hell are you doing in this division, you pansy? Alright, yep. Lesser conspiracy. The other girl's chosen. Someone must have told him it was free meat on elves, because that's why they're here. 1330 TV here. Let's take a look here at the club. Hasn't burnt it up there, but as you can see, 4-1-2, and now he's in an elf division. About sums it up, you know. Bite me, sunshine. Yeah, he's in the perfect... Because look at it, he's even got the tackle. He's ready to go. The Kilgore has tackle in an elf division. That's fucking perfect. Busted ass Chaos Warrior, don't care. The rest of them all got block, excellent. Meanwhile, the rest of the lads, block, guard. The Kilgore has attack. Oh, he's ready. He was born for it, made for it, murdered in it. Yes, this is the division. He's been waiting all fucking season. He's here. And of course, 6 fan factor, Water Apothecary. Oh, this is going to be a fun team to watch. Oh, the screams of the elves. The elves are alive with the sounds of screaming. I fucking hope so. Speaking of elves, what, you thought we were done? There's another one. Dark elves. God, you gotta hate me in this division. It's the elf division. 1210 TV. Let's take a look what this firm can do for you. Well, he hasn't upgraded the old death wagon there, but look at the results. 6 wins and a draw. And you wouldn't believe it, that draw was against vampires, of all things. He beat everybody else. Now, admittedly, he got beaten, but he won all those games. So there's the measure of the coach. It really is. The White Death reborn, indeed, when it comes to driving this team to success. However, there's quite a lot of corpses behind him from his own firm. And now we get to talk about where the problems are. Don't worry, the coach knows all about this. Alright, blitzers. Well, as you can see, well, he's had to replace at least one that got killed. That's how his season's been. Assassins, he had to. That's what this team was notorious for. It had to. Not anymore, it doesn't. That one's dead. Meanwhile, take a look at the lineman. Oh, guess what? Is it another gap? That's dead. Yeah, it became the bane of his team, a bane of existence. Now, don't get me wrong, the survivors, good word for it, the survivors, basically from the Manaheim line, have done a great job. They are the veterans. But again, his problem is, look at this. One team reroll Apothecary 7 factor. Again, he had a plan. It was a good plan. Earn winnings, make the money, buy rerolls as the season's gone on. Here's the problem with that. Yep, like I just described, they, in the last few games, keep dying. So he keeps having to spend all the money replacing surgical key players. This is becoming an ongoing problem. However, like I said, he's in the Elf division. This is where he wants to be, so he might actually make some miracles. Oh my god, what are you doing here? Yep, a team that absolutely is going, because they're in an Elf division. They think this is awesome. Yep. Underworld, they're there. 1190 TV here. Let's take a look at the club. Well, no enhancements there, but look at the record. 500. Perfect. That's exactly where they expect to be. And look at the division they're in. They are truly a division that they can thrive in. So let's take a look at the firm. Well, the Warpstone Trail has tentacles. In this division, that's perfect. I'm not going to lie. That's the perfect skill to have in this one here. Meanwhile, Skaven Thrower with the extra arm, so he's consistent. Banged up with a bung knee, but he is consistent. Maybe he needs some new ointment, some R535 Warpstone. Look into it there. This is why this team's succeeding. It's a flip side of what normally is an Underworld firm. As you can see, it's the Skaven. However, it might look like these are doing alright. Here's a fun fact. These are replacements, repeatedly. Only in the last about 2-3 games did they finally stop dying. He literally was on pace of losing a blitzer. Not just any other player. A blitzer per game. It was getting that ridiculous, especially when any time one leveled, dead the next game. Every fucking time. He finally broke that pattern, and it shows the measure of the coach. As for the Lying Vermin, this is why they've carried this team. They've done extremely well. 2 skills on the Lying Vermin. Look at them. They've become, well, let's be honest, real players. They've got no fucking choice, do they? Meanwhile, as for the Underworld Goblin, well, casualties. This is the bane of any Underworld firm, and he's only got the one with the mutation there. 2 rerolls, Apothecary 5 fan factor. He's got a couple of assistants there, including his lady, to keep cheering him on. He's going to need it, but again, he's in the right division. Speaking of who else is in the right division, behold, the Mouse Band. If the Skaven wanted a division they could potentially thrive in and survive, it's an Elf division. I did tell you this was a bizarre division. Right, 1220 TV, 80k. Let's take a look at the firm here. As you see, Disneyland hasn't been upgraded. 4-2-1. Despite the enormous pain inflicted on this firm, that's a pretty damn good record. Again, a compliment to the coach. It shows why. But my God, you can see the pain all season. He was equaling, right up until the end, average a death per game. He kept losing players at a phenomenal rate. He's finally stuck a cork in it. He's done with that. As you can see here, Storm Vermin, they're back on track again. That's what they have to be there. Meanwhile, the Gutter Runners, well, as you can see, they're also back on track, off and running. And yes, he has lost Gutter Runners during the season. Don't worry, he just breeds more. And that's exactly what he's done. 2 hands, Blodge, more Blodge, AG5, which never fails. He's starting to see a problem here. Yep, the Line Vermin. Yep, they just keep dying at a rapid rate too. Well, hopefully the mum can keep popping them out there like M&Ms. And meanwhile, the Thrower, he's had to buy block. It's called survival. He's got no choice. He's had to buy it. Of course, the other lineman, one of the few surviving original ones, has got wrestle. Like, it's been a phenomenal team. It's just been fun to watch there. 3 TV rolls, Apothecary 6 fan factor. And now, finally, you know, it just kind of makes sense that of all places, here they are in the Rye division with all the fucking elves, the Skaven, and the Underworld. And they're here. Slane's Land, Kislev here, 1400 TV, 140k. Let's take a look at this firm here. They haven't updated the big top yet, but look at the score. 3-1-3. It's either all in, all out. It's either the Gulag or the Eastern Front. Pick one. That seems to be the philosophy of this coach. Let's take a look at the firm. it's actually a pretty fucking fantastic firm. It really has been here. The Bear, new addition, he is starting to perform, but he's had an off game. This is why he hasn't skilled up, but he was a late addition to this team. So understand, that's not really an anomaly that he's got low skill points. He was late. Guess they had to only just go and hijack another circus. Meanwhile over there, the catchers. They're doing excellent. They really are. These are fantastic, especially movement 8. One's got the blodge, the other one's working on it. And he wasn't going to pass up the movement increase. Movement 8? Absolutely, you take that. Meanwhile, the blitzes, well, this is where I'll admit, this is awkward. He's only got 2. But they're doing the job. But they're not the real key. The key has been this, lads. He has manipulated and used these linemen all season very well. Surgical, of course. Movement 7 guard, very surgical. This has allowed him to do many things, including bust many a cage that no one's expected. 4 rerolls. That's not bloat. It's a Kislev team. You need all those rerolls there. Apothecary and 4 fan factor. Again, it's always going to be the issue with they haven't brought back safe landing as a skill. If they did that Kislev and several other teams wouldn't have half the problems they do and need all these extra bloated rerolls. True story. Whew. Alright, that seems to about covered everyone there. Your Ra division. And boy, do you sure want this one. Are you ready to see the pain? Right, so that is it. That is a review of what's going down with the new divisions in the second round there. Basically, it sounds like a George Thorogood song. 1 bourbon, 1 scotch, and 1 rye, apparently. We ain't settling for beer around here. I can believe it. I can absolutely believe it. And you couldn't have designed those divisions any stranger. You really couldn't. It's going to make it interesting. I know how all you're reacting, going, no, that wasn't planned. It's just how it's fallen out. So we wish you all good luck here in the second division. Nuffle, place your dice.